The record-breaking heat wave is continuing today. And we're talking about it so much because it's hot and unusually hot, even for Australia, which often sees temperatures like this, but not as prolonged and not as widespread. We have seen records tumble, whether the records have been 30 years in length or over 100 years in length. A lot of areas are seeing those longevity records as well as those daily heat records challenged. And we also have, unfortunately, the potential for dangerous fire weather next week. Think about it. We've had two separate intense heat waves in less than a 4-week time period. And now, when those winds start to pick up next Thursday, Friday over the southeast, that's when we could even see extreme and maybe even pockets of catastrophic fire danger. Today, we are going to see a cool change roll across the southeast. It's moving across South Australia and Victoria today, bringing with it a drop in temperatures. It'll reach you in Melbourne sometime during this afternoon, bringing a nice sharp temperature drop. It's still hot in New South Wales, though, with widespread 40-degree heat and gusty northwesterly winds, single-digit humidities. That means we're going to see severe fire danger, mostly on the southern slopes and ranges, but we could even see pockets elsewhere in the state. If we move forward ahead in time, Friday into Saturday, that cold front right there, bringing cold air across parts of Victoria and then moving into New South Wales eastern seaboard on Saturday morning, affecting you in Sydney by the time we get to around midday. West of the Divide, it's still warm, just not as hot as before. And for you in Burke, you're going to continue to see heat in the mid-40s well into next week. During this period of time, there's also the chance of showers and storms, potentially severe, most likely on the ranges and slopes in the afternoon. So just a heads up for those. At the very least, they're bringing a nice drop in temperature. But what we are seeing is that heat return. So you can see on Sunday in Albury, we are seeing temperatures drop finally below 40 degrees. But it's short-lived as temperatures then rise up again next week, potentially reaching again the mid-40s by Friday. This has to do with the potential for a dangerous fire weather setup. I've fast-forwarded in time, and you can see into Thursday and Friday how a huge hot air mass then builds across the southeast. This is a week's time, so there's a fair bit of model uncertainty, but this looks like a very hot air mass. It looks exceptionally dry, and it looks windy. So all the ingredients are there for a bad bushfire event, particularly at the last two heat waves that we've seen. Meanwhile, Western Australia also feeling the pinch of that heat. This weekend's going to be very hot for the West Coast. That's because this trough moves offshore. That prevents sea breeze development along the coastal fringe, and we're going to see temperatures in Perth potentially exceeding the high 30s and even the 40s for some suburbs. That'll elevate fire danger. Very high fire danger forecast right across the West Coast, locally severe fire danger elsewhere. But it gets even hotter on Sunday with widespread 40-degree heat as a low develops across the southwest. That will bring even worse fire danger to many areas. Perth potentially seeing its hottest day in 2 years on Sunday with areas of very high and even severe fire danger.